All right, guys. So, guys, listen. I'm gonna swear an oath to you guys. I'm gonna swear an oath right here and now. I will not watch another Bills game for the rest of this year. I don't give a shit if they make the playoffs or not. I'll make an oath to you right here. I will not watch another Bills game again this year. I am done. I listen. I already got my other monitor. I already have the college tape. I'm looking at draft prospects. I got my notepad. Where's my notepad? No, I got my notepad over there. I'm looking at film. I'm looking at prospects. I'm looking at free agency. I'm already looking at the offseason. I will never watch another Bills game this entire fucking season. I'll check the box score out, but I'm watching other NFL teams play. Every week is gonna feel like a bye week from now on. I am done after what I saw tonight, guys. McDermott, I don't give a listen. This is not even an overreaction anymore. McDermott needs to go. He needs to be fired by the end of this season. I don't give a fuck if we make the playoffs or not. Unless we make a Super Bowl run, there is absolutely no way in hell that dude should come back as our head coach. I don't give a shit if you people think it's an overreaction or not. He needs to be fired. What happened on that last play with 12 men on the fucking football field against the shitty ass Denver Broncos, and you allow that to happen after a missed field goal? If he's not, that's on coaching. I don't give it. That's on coaching. That is head coach material. You're telling me that nobody on the box, you're telling me that nobody from the ground up told you on the field that there's too many people there. Let's get a change out there. And the Broncos took their time. It's not like they were rushing. They took their time to get the clock lowered, and you didn't have the urgency enough to get 12 fucking people off the goddamn field. He needs to go. I'm done with him. He's a team builder, but he's not going to be a coach that takes it to the next level. It's time for him to go. He refuses to make changes. He refuses to fire Ken Dorsey. He refuses to mix it up and let Joe Brady call him. But I don't know. Joe Brady can't even do shit on the sideline with Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, he's our quarterback. But I'm telling you, man, Josh, he has one more year for me. He has one. I don't give a fuck what he's done throughout his career. He has one more year for me. I'm telling you, one more year. Because you are 27 years old. You've been in the NFL for 5+ years now. You've been there. This is what, his sixth or seventh year in the league? And you're still making these basic ass mistakes. You're making high school little league mistakes, throwing into double coverage. And yes, the first pick on Gabe Davis, he's gone. We're not resigning Gabe Davis to another contract. He's out of here. But the second interception was fucking ridiculous. 3 points that should never happened. It should never happen. Everything was covered. Everything was fucking covered on that look, and you still decide to throw it with 2 people there. And then he almost throws another interception on the exact same throw. He keeps making the same basic ass fucking mistakes. He's not going through his progressions. He's not making the correct assessments. And you pair that together with Ken Dorsey's horrible receiving fucking concepts. Receivers running into each other. Receivers, it's like the same smash route concepts that are extremely basic. The defense knows exactly what's coming. There's no coverage beaters. There's no coverage beaters at all. We're running the simplest shallow crosses, or sometimes, we'll run a few deep crosses here and there, but there's no coverage beaters. There's nothing that Denver is afraid of anymore. We went from being one of the most deadliest offenses in the National Football League to being an offense that's not even feared anymore. And you have a top-level quarterback. Well, not this year. Not this year, he's not. But you have a top-level quarterback. And we can't do shit. Khalil Shakir is a solid number 3 receiver. We all know Stephon Diggs is Diggs. Gabe Davis, the way that he is now, yes, he's not the best number 2 in the world, but he's okay. He's a guy that can make plays. And then you have Dalton Kincaid. who caught a touchdown pass, once again has over 50 yards, had over 8 targets. James Cook fumbled the ball in the first play of the game, set him up with 3 points, but he made up for it tonight because why? He had 100 yards rushing on less than 15 carries. And he did it on one drive by himself. This is, I don't know what, I just don't know what to do with this team. Like, this team needs, it needs a rebuild. Like, it needs a rebuild. It is time to restart. It is time. Von Miller doesn't look the same anymore. He doesn't look the same. Maybe next year he can get right back into form. But right now, Von Miller needs to take less snaps. Give it to AJ Epinesa, who looks better than Von right now. Unfucking real. Both teams were desperately trying to lose the game. They were desperately trying to lose the game. This was one of the worst Monday night games I have ever seen in my life. We were trying to give the game to them, and then they were trying to give the game back to us. This was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. We are done. We are done. Whether we make the playoffs or not, it is over for this team. We are not championship contenders. We are nowhere near it, and we don't even deserve to make the playoffs. I hope we don't make the playoffs. I hope we don't make it. I hope we don't make it. I want to get as low as a draft pick as we fucking possibly can. Because we need to start over. Everyone's getting older. Everyone's getting fucking older anyway. So it's time. It's time, guys. It is time that we restart the ship. It's okay. It happens to every team in the National Football League. It's our time to start over. But this is embarrassing. This is one of the... I've been watching the Bills for a long time, guys. A long time. I've been through it. I grew up in the drought. The drought started when I was born. This is one of the worst Bills losses I've ever seen in my life. And there's been a lot of shitty bad losses. I've seen blowouts. I've never seen nothing like this. I've seen nothing. No, I'll take that back. The Jets game might have been a little worse. Because that literally was on all Josh Allen. If Josh Allen doesn't turn over the ball 5 times, we don't lose that game. He could turn over the ball twice and we still would have won that game. So no, I'll probably take that back. The Bills, 2 of the worst games that I think the Bills have played were on Monday night games. Ironic, isn't it? But the season's officially over, guys. Fire Ken Dorsey. Fire Sean McDermott. I don't want neither one of those guys back. Neither one of them deserves to be back here. It's over. Their time is up. Now McDermott's probably not going to get fired. He's not going to get fired because you know how Brandon Beane is. But I think every Bills fan now should literally be on the fire McDermott bandwagon. I don't want to see one person say that this shit's an overreaction. Not one fucking person say that this is an overreaction. He deserves to be fired after this game. He should be fired after this game. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Dorsey's not going to get fired. No one's going to get fired until probably the end of the year. And it's probably going to be Dorsey that's going to be out the window. But I said this last week. It's not really Dorsey's fault because McDermott's the one that made the hire. Or Allen is the one that suggested the damn hire. I just don't know what this team anymore, guys. I don't know what this team. I don't know what this team anymore. But it's time to move on. It's time to move on, guys. It's time for us to just start over. It's time for us to rebuild. It is fucking frustrating watching this team play. It is frustrating. I didn't think we were going to lose tonight. As bad as we've played all season, I didn't think we were going to lose. I thought if there was any game that it was just going to completely end our season, I thought the Eagles game, I thought the Chiefs game, I thought all those games were going to possibly end it. No, the Broncos ended our season. And the funny part is, or the sad part is, the Broncos literally tried to give you the game away. And it all came down to 12 men on the field because your coaching staff failed to realize how many players there were there. And it was at least 20 or 24 like 20 seconds where damn near took it off the clock. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. That's on coaching. That's a fireable offense. But it won't happen. We're going to be stuck in fucking purgatory until we can make some changes. But it's time to rebuild, guys. It's time to rebuild this football team.